Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with some comic book news. Wolverine Revenge is a new miniseries debuting in August from Marvel Comics, 5 issues. It'll be written by Jonathan Hickman with art by Greg Capullo. Now, we knew that Greg Capullo was working on some kind of secret Marvel project. He said it was going to be a big deal. He started sharing images, and it was images of Wolverine specifically, but also elements that seemed like they could be leading into something larger, right? Well, now we know this is a 5-issue series by Hickman and Capullo. So you got Marvel's biggest writer right now, and you got Greg Capullo coming on to do a 5-issue Wolverine series. You know I'm on board for this. What does Marvel have on Jonathan Hickman right now, though? He's doing Aliens versus Avengers. He's doing the God series. He's doing the Ultimate books. Like, after being gone from Marvel for so long, he came back and has just been doing some really killer work this year. And Greg Capullo, come on, who doesn't want to see 5 bloody, violent issues of Wolverine by Greg Capullo with Jonathan Hickman writing it? I'm super stoked for this. And now there's a new trend at Marvel since the Blood Hunt stuff with the red band edition, a bagged version that has different pages, different artwork that's more gnarly, more violent. Wolverine Revenge is also going to have a red band edition. I am super here for that. That's awesome. We also got Predator versus Black Panther, 4 issues debuting in August, written by Benjamin Percy with artwork by Chris Allen. This is going to be following up the Wolverine versus Predator book that Benjamin Percy did. I only read the first couple issues of that, then I kind of fell out, but I heard that it does kind of lead into the idea that the Predator is now trying to hunt down Vibranium. Of course, that's going to pit him against the Black Panther. So Wolverine versus Predator sold very well. We shall see what Black Panther versus Predator versus Black Panther should be doing. Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood is a new 4-issue anthology from Marvel debuting in August. It's going to be one of those black, white, and blood things, but Black Suit and Blood, get it, right? Because I think that's kind of clever. We're in the 40th anniversary this year of the debut of Spider-Man's black costume, what would eventually lead to Venom, and it's really cool. And I've actually been going back because Marvel's been doing those facsimiles and revisiting that era, the Tom DeFalco, Ron Frenz, Rick Leonardi stuff, and I've actually gone through that now, past the facsimiles, into my own collection, and now I'm going back through all of the Venom appearances, so yeah, I'm a mark for it as well. But this is going to be one of those black, white, and red anthology short stories with a bunch of different creators. In the first issue, we got J. Michael Straczynski, J.M. DeMatteis, Dustin Nguyen, Alina Casagrande, Sumit Kumar, and even more. So we'll see what happens here. Then we got the Marvel 85th Anniversary one-shot special. That's in August as well, with a bunch of different creators, including Christopher Priest, Alan Davis, Steve Scrosey, Ryan North, and it's going to be a bunch of short stories celebrating the history of Marvel, probably setting some stuff up. It's kind of like the Marvel 1000 that they did. You know, it's just one of those things where it's an overpriced comic with a bunch of little short stories that may lead to something or may not. So I don't know. All right, Venom War is amongst us. We've already talked about the Venom War series, and last week we talked about the Venom War Spider-Man miniseries. But Venom War, Al Ewing, Iban Coelho, debuting in August. It's going to be 5 issues, but we got some tie-ins for it announced. Venom War Venomous will be a 3-issue series by Erica Schultz and Luciano Vecchio, and this is going to be focused in on which one is this one? The Venomous. This is the one with Black Widow, I think. But Black Widow has a symbiote now. I fell out of reading Venom, and so I'm actually not pumped for a lot of this Venom War stuff, because I don't want to feel like I have to go back and reread all these Venom books that I wasn't really digging to get caught up for the series. So I'll probably jump in when it first starts, but this one's focusing in on Anti-Venom and Venom Black Widow or something like that. Then we got Venom War Zombiotes, 3 issues from Cavan Scott and Juan Jose Ripe. I think it's Ripe, I don't know. This is about a certain strain of symbiote that can take over dead people and reanimate them as zombies, so it's got a cool cover by Juan Ferrer, so we'll definitely check that one out. Venom War Carnage, 3 issues from Torin Grunbeck and Perry Perez. Torin is the writer of Carnage right now. I'm not following it, but I'm pretty sure this is just going to kind of thread the Carnage story in through the Venom War. Then we've got Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles of Grayskull, debuting in September from Dark Horse Comics. So recently we had a toy line that's going on right now, actually, where they're kind of mixing up the Turtles and the Masters of the Universe, right? So you got a Skeletor that kind of looks badass and samurai. You got a Shredder who kind of looks like Skeletor just a little bit in his armor. You got Michelangelo wearing a He-Man wig. You got Donatello dressed up as the Man-at-Arms. So they're doing a comic book based on this, written by Tim Seeley with artwork by Freddie Williams II. We see Freddie Williams all the time doing these Masters of the Universe book. His art style fits perfectly for this. And these are toys that I have managed not to get into because I don't need another toy collection right now in the midst of everything else. And I'm a huge Motu and TMNT fan, and I love the figures. They look great. But Jelani and Brooks have been getting them, so I can kind of live vicariously through them, but the toys look great, so I'm definitely excited for this one. Violator Origin, a 6-issue series debuting in August from Image Comics. This is going to be written by Mark Andreyko with a different artist for each issue. In the first issue, we got Piotr Kowalski, who we know from great books like Join the Future, Where Monsters Lie, I believe he did that one too, so really solid artist, and we're getting the origin of the Violator. I've always been a big Violator fan, ever since the early days of Spawn, so I'm excited to see this series. Each issue is going to have a different artist, and some of the artists named and mentioned have been pretty solid. Then we got Berserker, Lost Book of B, a one-shot comic in August from the original Berserker team of Keanu Reeves, Matt Kent, and Ron Garney. So they are returning to tell the tale of Berserker meeting Genghis Khan. Super cool. I love Garney's ultra brutal violent artwork on the Berserker series. I'm glad to see Reeves and Kent back for this one. The other one-shots have been really solid, actually. You know, Berserker's one of those stories, they could have done the 12 issues and been done, but now they're doing these oversized one-shots, kind of going through the history of the character, and it could be like eye-rolling, cash-grabby type stuff, but they've all had really solid artists, really great creators attached to them, and they've all been really neat, so I'm really excited for this one. Red Before Black is a new book from Boom Studios, debuting in August, written by Stephanie Phillips, with Goran Sudzuka on the artwork. I really like Sudzuka's artwork, so I'm really excited to check out what's going on here. Stephanie Phillips is a pretty solid and consistent writer, so we'll see what happens. Nothing really special about the solicitation. Seems like your typical crime drama type thing. There's a woman, she's a detective, she goes to another place to take down some kind of crime lord. Her and the crime lord have a common enemy. Maybe they have to team up to go up against it. So things we've seen before, but we shall see if they deliver and execute in a different way. Archie, The Decision from Archie Comics in August, a one-shot comic with writing by Tom King and artwork by Dan Parent. So this is going to be the story where Archie finally makes his decision between Betty and Veronica. I think that they've done this before, and I think they even had like 2 endings. It's Tom King, so it's really going to be interesting to see what Tom King brings to an Archie story, especially one called The Decision. I bet his decision is LeBron James. Anyway, so we'll check that one out. Then we got Lilith, a new one from Vault Comics in August, written and illustrated by Corin Howell, which is about the demonic Lilith and her like escaping from hell and dealing with the real world or something. This is promising to be an ultra sexy and not safe for work book. Okay, I mean, demonic, gory sex? Yeah. That's like my vibe right there. Life is a new 6-issue series from Distillery debuting in August, written by Brian Azzarello and Stephanie Phillips, with artwork by Daniel Sazelj? I don't know. I really like that artist, though. I'm a big fan of Azzarello's work, like I said before. Phillips is a pretty solid and consistent writer. Life is going to be a flip book from Distillery, right? So I'm assuming that Azzarello and Phillips are going to be writing 2 different stories that somehow connect. You flip the book to read the other one. But it's about, in the future, life sentences are forced to be served in their totality. So let's say you're a gnarly criminal who gets 2,400 years. Well, they won't allow you to die. They will keep you alive so that you actually have to serve 2,400 years. So it's an interesting concept. The flip book, 2 writers approaching it. How is this going to work? How is it going to be executed? It seems really intriguing, so I'm excited to check that one out. The Missionary is a 3-issue series debuting from Distillery in August, written by Ryan Stegman with artwork by Jason Howard. I really do like Jason Howard's artwork. You will know it recently from the Energon Free Comic Book Day issue. He did the G.I. Joe story with Joshua Williamson. He also did Trees with Warren Ellis at Image a few years ago. Also Super Dinosaur. Didn't he do Super Dinosaur? Am I tripping? I might be tripping. Maybe he didn't do Super Dinosaur, but I think he did. Anyway, love the artist. Ryan Stegman as a writer, we shall see. Nothing that he's written has really moved me so far, but this is a cool premise. The Missionary is about a man of faith who finds his wife sleeping with an elder of his church. This leads him down a path to where he makes a deal with the demon and decides, I guess, to start worshiping Satan or something like that. So we shall see what happens, but Jason Howard's going to bring something special to the artwork there. Time Waits is a new 4-issue series in September from Distillery, written by Chip Zdarsky and David Brothers, with artwork by Marcus Toe. This is about a time traveler from the future who comes into the past, our present day, for a mission, decides he likes it here, gets a wife, starts a family, and then those from the future come back to find their time travel deserter. So that's a interesting concept that surely has been done before, but nothing's sparking right out of my head. Chip Zdarsky's a pretty solid writer. I don't know about David Brothers, but Marcus Toe, very clean and concise line work, so I'm really excited to see what we got there. We got the new trailer for Beetlejuice. They've already revealed a teaser. Now we got the full-on trailer. I liked the teaser better. The teaser gave me just enough to get me pumped to see this movie. The trailer is making me go, oh, they're just repeating the bits from the last movie? They're just redoing oh, you think that's scary? They're just redoing that? They're just redoing these familiar moments? I really hope that that's not what this movie is. It almost seems like it is, but that's just based on the trailer. I'm still going to check it out. I'm still super excited to check it out. I'm a huge Beetlejuice fan. I just recently saw the musical on stage, so I am pumped and ready for Beetlejuice. But I hope they just did all the callbacks for the trailer just to spark up the nostalgia. But, you know, with the way that Hollywood's been going lately, I don't know. Now, the practical effects, though, that's pretty gnarly. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. It's going to be a Netflix movie, the 4th Beverly Hills Cop movie. And even though I just said that the Beetlejuice trailer seemed like a bunch of repeating the same bits, I guess this Beverly Hills Cop trailer is the same thing, but I'm really excited for it. Watching that trailer, I got really excited. I knew very little about this movie going into it, right? I knew they were doing it. I knew that Eddie Murphy was back, but I didn't know who was in the movie. So I didn't know if anybody was going to be returning. Judge Reinhold, and I cannot remember his name, but the other detective from Beverly Hills, them both returning. Paul Reiser being there. Bronson Pinchot being there. It's sparkling all the nostalgia in me. The music, bum, bum, bum. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I really am. I thought the trailer was great. I thought the trailer was super cool. Plus, Joseph Gordon-Levitt or Miller, whatever his name is, he's in it too. Come on. You already got me. You're sold. You sold me. So I feel like a little hypocritical because it's a little harsh on the Beetlejuice trailer, but not the Beverly Hills Cop one. That being said, we just recently did all 3 of the previous Beverly Hills Cop movies for the finale of Action Fest last year, so they're fresh in my mind. I'm really excited. Can you tell? 28 years later, apparently the head of the studios confirmed that Cillian Murphy will be returning for this 3rd part of the 28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later. Okay, that's cool. I am excited for it. I love 28 Days Later. Not so much 28 Weeks Later, but yeah, Cillian Murphy returning. I think Alex Garland, if I remember correctly, is attached to it. I don't know about Danny Boyle, but Cillian's returning. He's off of an Oscar win. He could do whatever project he wants. So if he's coming back to this, either the paycheck's high or the concept's really good. So I'm excited either way to see what Cillian brings to 28 years later. So that's what we got for you here at PCP. What's coming up on the channel? Let me tell you. We've got Rockin Robbie Live Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. We've got Crew's Choice continuing on Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. It's Jelani's pick, and he picked Tropic Thunder. Watched it last night. Y'all, I'm ready to talk about this movie. I have not seen it since it first released, and it's a big coincidence that we're doing it on Memorial Day. So that's interesting. Anyway, Tropic Thunder, that's going to be Monday night over at PCP Movie Night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Thursday night, I'll be over at Blood Splatter Chatter. We're going to be talking about Hostel 1 and Hostel 2, two of my favorite movies from Eli Roth. So absolutely stoked for that. Be sure to check those out. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment about any of the stuff we discussed or anything that we missed here on today's video. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Station, pop, pop, boom!